26 miles across the sea.
This is the story of two men of music who first collaborated as Hollywood high teenagers back in the Fab 50s to bring America the Four Preps million-selling classic 26 Miles Across the Sea and a long line of other pop favorites. They both went on to distinguished individual careers in the concert world, and now they're back together and audiences love it.
Fabulous. Yeah, it really was. Incredible.
Of course, when old friends take the stage together, fun's never far away. But there's a lot of great music too. You see, since those high school days, Lincoln Mayorga has become a celebrated concert and studio pianist, praised for his impeccable artistry and what one critic called the pianistic flair of Arthur Rubinstein.
It was great.
And Bruce Belland became quite a singer.
We'll take them home with us.
Of course, with friends of 50 years, things can get silly at any moment.
We enjoyed every second of it.
But as I disappear into my music, and a song grows deep inside my soul, I know if I
Give these two seasoned pros a piano and a couple of microphones, and they'll do the rest, performing the great standards, both classical and pop, as well as an occasional composition of their own.
What would I do without my music? What would I do without my song? What would I do without my music to make it right when everything seems wrong?
Fantastic.
And they always make time to recap their teenage pop hits.
I cried too long that your love was strong. There'll never be another guy. You said more when you whispered your goodbye.
A lot of memories.
But above all, there's great artistry from two gifted men of music. From their pop hits to Gershwin, from the Four Preps to the Philharmonic, it all adds up to what one critic called an evening of great music, great stories, and great fun. If you're one of the more than 65 million Americans who enjoyed the recent award-winning PBS special Magic Moments, saluting the legendary hitmakers of the 50s, then, in a sense, you've already met the two gentlemen they're talking about. Because after stars like the McGuire sisters, Pat Boone, Patti Page, and Debbie Reynolds had done their thing, the audience got a special surprise when Boone introduced a group they hadn't seen in over 3 decades.
Next, here on tonight's PBS tribute to the Pop Days, a group of guys that traveled 26 miles in order to find romance in Santa Catalina. Let's welcome the Four Preps.
The crowd gave them a rousing welcome, a heartfelt and enthusiastic display of the undying affection with which these four special guys from Southern California are still regarded by music lovers everywhere. They started to sing one of their classic hits, and as the crowd cheered, the years seemed to slip away, and once again, there they were, just as they had been 50 years earlier as classmates at Hollywood High. And just as they had back in the Fab 50s, there was Bruce Belland up front singing lead. And there was his buddy, the fifth prep, Lincoln Mayorga, playing piano and conducting the orchestra as he had back when they were turning out hit after hit for Capitol Records. But little did Bruce and Lincoln realize that at that moment, the wheels were set in motion for the two of them to once again collaborate as they had so long ago in bringing America the music it loves. The Four Preps were the youngest group ever to sign with a major record label at that time, and Lincoln's lush arrangements underscoring Bruce's romantic solos made them teenage sensations.
Put your head on my shoulder. I'm crossing you in style someday.
They were honored as the nation's top concert attraction for 3 consecutive years and enjoyed great success on TV.
Four Preps form one of the great recording quartets of the country. Tonight,
and they co-starred in an award-winning television special with some pretty heavy hitters.
Take it away.
Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Rosemary Clooney, Louie Armstrong, Lindsey Crosby, and the Four Preps.
That was just the beginning for both of them. Bruce went on to co-star for 4 seasons on the beloved family sitcom, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and in the original Gidget movie, and he became one of Hollywood's busiest voiceover artists in films like Disney's classic Jungle Book.
Bring your friends to the bitter end.
And Terms of Endearment. And the TV favorite, Happy Days. In the years since then, he's established himself as a romantic balladeer with orchestras around the country.
Kiss me each morning for a million years. Hold me each evening at your side. Tell me you love me for a million years. Then if it don't work out,
He's also become a highly regarded tenor soloist. And he's one of the 3 tenors of pop, with 2 other renowned lead singers, Jim Yester of the Association and David Somerville of the Diamonds, in a musical presentation the Washington Post called a powerhouse concert by 3 true legends. It's booked around the world as much as 2 years in advance. Lincoln, meanwhile, has become one of the music world's busiest, most versatile and celebrated concert and recording artists. He was the American pianist selected as guest artist with the Moscow Philharmonic in a salute to Gershwin, a major cultural event of the decade. And he is recognized as a master of every musical genre, from the classics to ragtime to pop, as well as klezmer in tandem with violin virtuoso ITZHAK Perlman. He has performed in concert halls throughout Europe and in over 250 American cities at venues like Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall, the Hollywood Bowl, and the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. While the Preps were still riding high, Lincoln also became a recording studio mainstay for diverse artists from Frank Sinatra to Frank Zappa and Barbra Streisand to Ringo Starr. And he was staff pianist for 20 years at the Disney Studios during their legendary heyday and was at the keyboard on the soundtrack of such film classics as Chinatown, Grease, The Way We Were, The Competition, Pete's Dragon, The Rose, Funny Lady, and Ragtime, as well as landmark television shows like Bonanza, Fame, and Dallas. They often share the fascinating story behind a selection.
And Elvis was scheduled to record it on the 23rd. And
10 days before the recording date, he passed away. But I can't help but think that this song reflects in many ways what music means in all our lives, and I hope you enjoy it.
Above all, they share 5 decades of fun, friendship, and artistry that took them from the Four Preps to the Philharmonic, a journey that inspired their closing song.
sometimes I stumble home at night discouraged, dragging my battered dreams behind. What would I do without my music to lift me up when all my dreams are gone? To give me hope so I can carry on.
Their energy and artistry are a life-affirming tribute to the power of music and friendship. And why wouldn't their performance be thrilling? They've had 50 years to put it together.